I disagree with the 7 times across the desk, but I understand it. I mean, if you think about it, I've submitted some of my clients probably 100 times to certain casting directors, and they've never called them in. I've called and said their name and got them to take a look at stuff, and they still haven't brought them in. The thing about casting, if you're targeting casting, if I'm going to develop a client for a casting director, which in my opinion, I think management needs to really think about who they're targeting. Again, I'm very specific. If I'm targeting an agent, I'm developing a different package. I'm creating a very intelligent package that makes my client look as a superstar that is going to work, that is going to be in this industry for a long time, that's going to have longevity in a career, that's going to make enough money for an agent to be happy, right? I know at the end of the day, they don't know that client yet. So the first and foremost thing that they think about before they meet the personality is the dollar figure, right? It's about how much money can they generate from this client even prior to meeting them. So I have to introduce that thought process to that agent. If I'm targeting casting, it's all about the quality of the work. Is that person a great actor? Is that person going to impress them so that they can sit on them and not call them for 5 years, but know that the day they call them that client's going to be ready and educated and thought out and ready to go to work. It's a long relationships. It's really funny how actors, and for the actors that are listening to this, these relationships last this whole career. Again, like I said, there's some funny friends that I have that 25 years ago, they were not where they are today. And when they're there today, those are going to be your friends. Those are going to be everyone else's friends. So it's just about getting to know people on a real level also, so that we can all have a good time in this industry. I'm a firm believer that if you are not in an acting class, that if I call you for a series regular opportunity on a Thursday and you haven't had one in a month, that if those are the first pair of sides that you've picked up that week, you just lost that role. I just don't believe that you are going to be on your game. I think that the actor sitting next to you that has been in that audition technique class or that work acting class or working at home or doing things for themselves, that sitting next to you that walks in that room is going to be far more prepared of an actor than you are. And casting, the best thing casting loves is what I found is a prepared actor. Are you prepared? Then they'll direct you. Then they'll tell you. Then they'll type you out. Then they'll say yes or no to move you forward for this role. But if you're prepared, they will put you in that mind, in their mind, to bring you back for other stuff. And that is the key to impress casting. So preparation and work on your craft is all the first and foremost thing that I care about with my clients. I want them to be the best actors in town, whether they're working or not. I want them to be the best. The next thing is making sure that I'm seeing materials. As we start to represent people year 1, year 2, I start to get limited on the amount of work that I'm seeing them do because I'm not going to their acting class and I'm not watching them do scenes constantly. I'm not seeing the majority of the auditions. I'm trusting my feedback from my casting directors. I'm finding all these things that are all of a sudden just this mystical world of representing someone if they're not constantly working. And even if they are, is that the work they want to do? So if they can bring more work to me, if they can put stuff on tape, if they can produce their own web series, if they can start doing things to not just market themselves out there to brand themselves into the universe, but for me as well, I can start to see where I can sell them and how I can do it. Actors become this big to us, on breakdown services, on Actors Access, until we click more, they're this big. And so it's important for them to keep getting to know us as well as we grow with our company, as well as they grow with their craft. So the more I can see of that, the much better I'm going to be convincing a casting director that they need to see this, or convincing an agent that their body of work could be so much more if we could just move into this area as well.